Hands. Hands up. Interesting technique. Stand up. Stand up. A valiant effort. Or something. Do you talk at all, or do you just kind of slither around?
I talk? What do you mean I slither around?
I was just wondering if you had words, because, you know, I was starting to wonder.
I have words, man. Come on.
Okay, I mean, I hadn't heard one until then, to be fair. That's why I was wondering. I don't know if you noticed, but you left your car back there, so... I don't know if you noticed you were in a car accident, you know, so... Didn't seem like you cared very much about your property. Is this your black Alpha right here?
Yeah.
Looks pretty banged up.
Well, it's not bad.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oof, 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 oof. That's a lot of methamphetamine in there. If I search your purse, am I gonna find a lot of methamphetamine on you too?
That's baby powder, man.
Well, we'll just go ahead and submit that into evidence and then test it later. Robert 12 to Sandy Shores PD 1092. Now, you know I don't like when people run, you know, it just pisses me off.
What? Why? What?
It's a lot easier when they just give up and put their hands up, you know, rather than the whole, you know, running, making me run. Do you think I like exercise? Take a look at me. Do I look like a fella who enjoys running? Do I look like a fella who enjoys exercise?
You look like someone that just ate 12 dozen donuts. That's what you look like.
And I could go for another 12 dozen. So you making me run it just makes me angry. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like someone just took the jelly out of my jelly donut. You know what I'm saying? It pisses me off.
I kind of feel you. You just ran a stop sign, man. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, I got these little flashing lights. It makes me an emergency vehicle. It means I can actually disregard certain traffic laws.
It's still
I can do
unsafe. That car could have hit you.
No, actually, no, that would have been their fault because they actually have to be on the lookout for emergency vehicles. They teach you all that in driver's training, though. I'm sure you were paying attention in that class. So. All right, welcome to Sandy Shores PD. Yeah, we'll get that all sorted out once we get you booked into Bolingbrook. All right, so what's your name?
My name is Andrew.
All right, Andrew, can I find some identification?
Yeah, it's in my back right pocket.
Back right. All right, let's check it out here.
Do I have a right to a lawyer?
Yeah, that'll be
Can I
explained
get
to
a
you in just a
lawyer down
second.
here?
Yeah, once I figure out who you are, let me just get a look at your ID here real quick. 1 second. Just pull this out if you can
Yeah,
show it
yeah.
to me
Go
here.
ahead and get. Yeah, go ahead and get that out for me, please.
All right.
So, is there a reason why you were pulling into that warehouse there? I was unloading some cigarettes
Yeah, there's a
into a
real good
car.
reason for it. Yep, fantastic reason. Can we get your identification here? I'm just looking through your pockets here if I can just find it. If you could just show it to me.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'll just tell you my name. I'm Andrew Wazowski.
I'm sure that's the case. I'm just gonna look at your ID though, because you know you got one, and I'm gonna look at it. So if you could just
All right, I'll give it up.
Wazowski. All right, here we are. Andrew
So, can I
Wazowski.
have
All
my
right.
lawyer here now? I don't feel safe here
Andrew, I
with
want to
you.
make you aware of
I
your
need a
rights.
lawyer.
You've got the right to remain silent. If anything you do decide to say can and will be used against you in the court of law, you've got the right to an attorney. If you'd like one but can't afford one, want to be appointed to you by the state if available. I'll contact a lawyer right now and see if anyone.
All right, yeah.
All right, well, we're waiting for them to respond. I'm just going to let you know, because you were curious about it, why I was there. So if you're kind of implying that I was just kind of sitting there all day waiting for someone to show up, that's actually the farthest from the truth. What actually happened was that I was here booking someone else for some completely unrelated reason. And some good Samaritans came over and said that someone just pulled up to the warehouse down the road that they had no business being under. And they looked like they were engaging in some drug-related activities. They suggested I go check it out. For that reason, I went and checked it out, and when I pulled up, I saw you running around inside the warehouse. You decided to gun it. I apprehended you. At that point, I've got probable cause. You've got a trunk full of methamphetamine. I think you kind of know how the rest of the story goes. You understand?
Yeah. So, I'm kind of new to the city. I'm coming
Okay.
from another city. Can't really give you the location because it's kind of a crime-ridden place. And
Okay.
I just I'm just learning the ropes around here. You know, I'm trying to figure out the city and stuff, and you know, test the limits.
All right. Well, I mean, you got any
How
questions?
many
I'm able to answer them for you. You know, besides doing drugs
how
and
many
stuff, there's
years
other
am I
ways to
looking
get by.
at?
You know, you're gonna have to wait because I gotta run some things into my database over there. Make sure you're not wanting any warrants and anything like that. Then before we get you over to Bolingbrook, you'll be made aware of the charges and the sentence and as well as the fine. But that's the last thing though. Before we send you, we don't send that up front because you know we gotta work that out. It is, of course, there's plenty you
Alright.
could do to minimize it if you'd like. I mean, we typically don't really minimize it for people who run from us, but I mean, if you're willing to drop some names or help us out, give us some information, I'm sure we could cut it down to the bare minimum. Maybe even forget about a few things.
What can I do to? Yeah, I'll go along with that. What do I got to do?
Well, you see, I wear this uniform. It's not exactly, doesn't really blend in. Kind of makes me stick out. So does my cruiser. So a lot of people, you know, things that I need to be seeing, need to be hearing, you know, they scatter into the woodwork when I start, you know, showing up with my flashing lights. People like you with your, you know, your civilian look. You know, sometimes you see things. Sometimes you hear things that I don't get to see or hear. You know, if you were to make me aware of those things, particularly if it was, you know, useful, led to some arrests, led to some things I might not have been able to get my hands on, all of a sudden, things might start getting wiped clean from your record. Maybe, you know, you get the benefit of the doubt when you get pulled over and just get let go with a stern warning because you are a, sort of a, you know, an asset, a valuable asset.
All right, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Sure, yeah, everybody's interested in it. The problem is actually coming up with any information that's useful and worth my time. I don't just, you know, get people's good intentions and let them go scot-free on, you know, felony charges for it. You gotta actually have something to get something. So, I guess just kind of test the waters. Do you have anything that, you know, a name, somebody that you have seen at that same warehouse, for example, or someone who distributes the same product as you, or You know, or maybe it has nothing to do with that warehouse I saw you. Maybe just by some random chance you happen to see something like Legion Square that we didn't know about, but you do.
Well, I know that some people, while I was doing some things, I saw some people over there at the meth gathering area. You know, I don't have any names, but I can tell you that it's a little bit active if that's any help.
That old busted down place next to the repair shop and the grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay, be more specific. What do you mean? You saw people, like activity? What do you mean?
You know, and just some stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
I could imagine a great many things that could mean. If you want to actually get something out of this, I need something concrete, not vague, you know, something happened there type things. I need to know who was there, what they did, when they did it. You know, names, places, locations,
About
dates.
I don't have any names, but about 20 minutes before the incident of what landed me here, there was two people at the meth gathering area, if you know what I'm saying, where you process and everything, you know.
Okay, yeah, I think I know. Not the warehouse I saw you in, the other place over, just west of here, right?
Yeah, yeah, that place.
Okay, so what exactly I'm still trying to figure out what you're trying to say. You saw some people there, so what? I mean, there's a storefront there, right? Maybe they were just buying some Snickers or a coffee or something.
Yeah, maybe that's what they were doing. Maybe so. But there's a little bit more sinister stuff going on in that store, if you know what I'm saying.
All right. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll drive by there, but it's got to. So the way this works is it's got to lead to an arrest. If you can give me information that can lead me to a warrant or an arrest, then you get off the charges that you were going to be on. I'll let you off on. If basically the way I handle it is, you know, tit for tat. If you give me something that leads to a felony conviction, then I'll let you off on a felony conviction. If you give me something that leads to a misdemeanor, then I'll take a misdemeanor on your rap sheet. Cut it loose. You don't have to pay the fine. You don't have to do the time because it led me to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it works. If I check it out and I don't see anything, or, I mean, I can't get a warrant on two people doing something in a vague area. You know, that's not exactly enough for me to talk to a judge and get a warrant. You know, I can't exactly go in there and just start poking around with my flashlight and say, hey, somebody said something was going on here. Everybody put your hands up. Doesn't work like that.
Man, I just really want to get out of this, man. I'm so scared. I can't go to jail. I got a family to feed, man.
It's not exactly the end of the world. It's like you know, let's put it this way: for the amount of time that I initially saw you ago, you'd probably be out by now. So it's not a huge deal. Just give me a minute here. I'm gonna well, let me finish making sure that you don't have any weapons. Like, do you have a gun or a knife or anything? Any weapons?
No, I'm not that kind of person. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to make some money to feed my family. I don't want to hurt anybody.
All right. Okay. Now this what is this? A burglary kit? Do you have two burglary kits with you? What is these for exactly?
That's for if I ever get locked in a jail cell like this.
Okay. All right. Now what we call those is burglary tools. It's actually a crime to be in possession of these, and this is two of them right here. So this is exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
just
It's kind
bought
of thing
those
that,
from a gas station, man. They're
I'm
not
sure you
illegal
did,
if
but
you
you
can
know
buy
what?
them
They're legal for certain people to own. Mechanics, I think, tow truck drivers sometimes need them to help people get into their vehicles. Locksmiths, but you know, if you're not a locksmith or something like that, if you're like a unemployed person or a taxi cab driver, you kind of have no business with burglary tools. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, when they were just selling it in the you know, the gas station, I wasn't thinking anything about it. You know, if I leave my keys in the car or get in a situation like
Mm-hmm.
this, you know, you may never know when you might need it. You know, So I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, I might as well grab some of these while getting my burger.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it looked really useful to have like a key that could get you any door in the city, but you know, the mayor kind of freaks out when he thinks that anybody in the city could get through any door in the state. So that's why it's restricted. You know, nobody can have these kits. We can charge you with a crime and put you in prison just for possessing them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that, but you know, when you lock your key in your car, what are you gonna do? You know, if you try
Uh,
and call a locksmith, they're gonna charge you like $500. I got this
they
for
are.
like
You're right. It
200.
sucks, but it's what you got to do. You know, it sucks, but it happens. Typically, what I do if I do
Do,
need a lockpick kit and I'm really, really bad, I wait till I actually need it, then I get a taxi over to the nearest grocery store, pick it up, then go use it immediately. I don't just walk around all day, you know, just in case something were to happen. I go buy it when I need it, you know what I'm saying?
well, it's a lot of money for a taxi as well. You know, the taxi cost plus getting the lockpick. It's might as well just call a locksmith, right?
Mm. Most taxi drivers will drive from A to B without any ever actually taking any cash. The city actually pays part of the stipend for the taxi cab drivers, so a lot of them, you tell them you're in a rough spot, they won't even charge you.
Oh wow, that's nice to know. Thank you for the information. That helps. Well, if I would have known that a
Mm-hmm.
little bit earlier, then I probably wouldn't have needed to have those lockpicks on me. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that probably would have helped. All right, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and uncuff you now. I'm gonna lock this cell, and I've got to write some charges up here and figure out exactly what we're gonna do with you. Just go and reach your hands through the bars here. I'll uncuff you, give you a chance to stretch your arms and legs out while I write this up. Not exactly sure what I want to do with you, so give me 2 or 3 minutes here to write up the charges. I'll inform you what we come back with you. Okay?
All right, just give me a little leniency, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, Andrew.
Yeah.
Got your charges listed up here for you. I'm going to read off your charges at this time, make you aware of what it is you're. All right, we've got possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, drug trafficking, felony evading, fleeing and eluding, and possession of burglary tool.
Hey, I already told you that those burglary items were in case I ever got locked out of my car.
You're correct, and I already told you that possession of them is a misdemeanor. Now, I am not going to be charging you, I'm not going to be sentencing you to any time for them, just for possessing them. I understand that it was a confused purchase. Maybe you weren't aware that we enforced that law around here, so I'm going to list it on your charges, but you're not actually going to be punished for it. Just to make you, that's going to be considered a warning, so just, you know, don't be caught with burglary tools again, you know, and expect that, you know, the officer's going to expect that you didn't know what it was about, because it'll be on your rap. Alright, so
What is going
if
on
the
out
others
there?
are felony... somebody's honking their damn horn, I'll figure it out. But, yeah, you've got possession of CDS with intent to distribute and drug trafficking. If you got a vehicle with drugs in it, it's drug trafficking charge. Those are both felonies. Felony evading is obviously also a felony, so we don't like it when you run. That's a felony. So, those charges, plus fleeing and eluding and possession of burglary tools, adds up to a 45-year prison sentence. Like I said, I'm not going to charge you with the possession, and I'm going to knock down from 45 years to 30 because it's your first offense, and I'm going to show some leniency because you were showing some willingness to cooperate in the future, even though you didn't give me anything here. We'll consider it sort of a token of good faith that if you do provide some good intel for us, we'll work with you, all right? So instead of a 45-year sentence, we're going to knock it down to 30, and the fine will be $22,500.
What?
It's $500 per year, so 45-year sentence would have been $22,500.
I don't have that kind of money, man. What?
Andrew, we got an expression where I come from. If you can't pay the... we can't be fooled again. Listen, I'm going to be charging you here, so...
If you can't
you're
do
gonna
the
be
crime,
going
you
to
can't.
You know what? Expressions are always confusing to me. Fool me once, shame on you? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and
pay
make
the
this up real
fine,
quick.
don't do the crime. Okay. Wait, so I never got a lawyer here. What was that all about, though? Like,
Yeah, you will get a lawyer if there's one available. I tweeted out, nobody's responding right now, so if you... Basically what it means is if you have evidence that any of the charges I'm charging you with are inaccurate or basically made up, or you have evidence to conclude that they're unfair, you can still go to a lawyer even after you've paid the fine, even after you've been released from Bolingbroke, and the lawyer will recoup the losses from the state, provide them back to you, and provide extra money monetary to you for the amount of time you had to spend in prison for it. So they're not going to take the case if you just have your word against against the state, but if you have some kind of reason to believe that I was unfair to you, or that the charges were bogus, or it was all a misunderstanding, or that you just weren't the guy, we caught the wrong guy.
it was all a misunderstanding. I'm not the guy.
Okay.
You have the wrong guy.
Sure, it was somebody else. Somebody else that bailed out of your vehicle.
Where am I right now? I don't. Why am I in here? I don't understand. Yeah,
that's a great question. That's a great question. Keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and get you loaded on the prison bus here to Bolingbroke. Once you're there, you can work down your sentence instead of serving the entire 30 minutes. If you want to work around the yard to repair some things and do some maintenance, the Bolingbroke staff will let you out early for good behavior.
So you're gonna drive me there personally?
No, just close your eyes and you'll be there before you know it.
Wait, no, you gotta drive me there. What do you mean? Come on. What are you doing?
No, I don't. I usually would, but we're just a little short-staffed today, and since I've been talking to you, like 16 people have been shot, so I got a lot of stuff to go figure out. Whole damn city's going crazy.
But I'd like to be driven though. I can't. I'm scared of buses. I need to be driven in one-person seating.
Be brave, Andrew. Be brave.